Traveling from Sharjah to Dubai by road is a common and straightforward journey, especially for commuters in the UAE. Here's a clear description of the route and what to expect. Distance is about 25 to 30 kilometers depending on your start and end points. Driving time can range from 30 minutes to 1 hour, and it really varies depending on traffic, especially during peak hours. Main route options. So E11, also known as Sheikh Zayed Road or Al Ittihad Road, is the most direct and, honestly, the busiest route between Sharjah and Dubai. It connects Sharjah directly to Deira and the heart of central Dubai. Along the way, you'll pass by well-known landmarks like Al Qiada Metro Station, Dubai Creek, and you can even spot Dubai Airport in the distance. Just a heads up, traffic here is usually at its heaviest during weekday mornings and evenings. Now, E311 or Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Road, sometimes called SMBZ Road, is a really popular alternative if you want to avoid the heavy traffic on E11. This route connects Sharjah to places like Dubai, Silicon Oasis, Al Barsha, and even further beyond. It's usually faster during those peak times, even though, it's a bit longer in terms of distance. E611, also known as Emirates Road, is best suited for those longer distance travelers or anyone heading towards the outer parts of Dubai, Jebel Ali, or even Abu Dhabi. It generally has less traffic, but, it might not be the best choice if you're aiming for central Dubai. Let's talk about the general road conditions. Highways here are wide and really well maintained. Speed limits usually range between 100 to 120 kilometers per hour, but you'll find lower limits in city areas. Oh, and remember, Salik toll gates are something to watch out for in Dubai, especially if you're taking Sheikh Zayed Road. Each crossing will cost you 4 dirhams, but you won't find these tolls in Sharjah. Here are some tips for driving that might make your journey a bit easier. It's best to avoid rush hours, which are typically on weekdays from 7 to 10 in the morning and 4 to 8 in the evening. Also, using Google Maps or Waze can really help you check live traffic conditions. As for fuel and parking, fuel stations are readily available along the way. In Dubai, parking can be metered, so it's a good idea to use the RTA for that.